Ah, come closer, my children. Come and sit. Let me tell you a story. Sit well around the fire. Don't sit too far away. Even the fire likes to hear good stories. I will tell you about someone whose name still rides with the wind, a name that the old trees remember, and even the old walls refuse to forget. Long before your time, before my grandfather's grandfather, there lived a young girl. Her name was Amina. Not a queen, not yet. Just a little girl with eyes that looked farther than everyone else's, and a heart that refused to be afraid.
Grandpa, was she really just a little girl like us?
Yes, she was no bigger than many of you. She laughed, she played, she helped at home, and I'm sure, just like some of you, she sometimes tried to escape chores. But whenever her work was finished, she would run, not to play games. She ran to watch the warriors. She watched how they stood. She watched how they held their spears. She watched how they rode their horses. Her heart was full of wonder and endless curiosity. Sometimes the warriors noticed her watching. They laughed. A girl? What does she want with swords? Go and learn how to cook. But Amina did not laugh. She simply smiled and came back the next day. Every morning, before the sunrise, Amina will train. She will run until her legs felt like fire. She will lift stones too heavy for her small hands. She fell again and again. Each time she stood back up, a little stronger, a little wiser, a little braver. That was how greatness begins, my children. Not with comfort, but with courage. Years passed. The little girl became a young woman. Strong, calm, fearless. Not only were her arms powerful, her mind was even stronger. And remember those same warriors, the ones who once laughed, stopped laughing. Now, they watched her with respect.
Grandpa, didn't she ever become tired? Didn't she want to stop?
Of course, my son. She gets tired sometimes. Even the strongest Iroko tree bends when the wind blows. Even lions rest after hunting. Being brave does not mean you never get tired. It means you keep moving even when you are tired. That was Amina. Then, one day, trouble came. Enemies from distant lands. They came with weapons. They came with fire. They came to take what did not belong to them. Fear spread across the land. People ran. Some hid, some cried. Families were separated. Everything was lost. But Amina did not run. She stood still. She looked at her people. She looked at the frightened children. She looked at the worried elders. Then she said, "If no one will defend this land, then I will." That day, a leader was born. She gathered her female warriors. She climbed her horse. The horse stamped its feet, as if it already knew history was about to change. And Amina fought the enemies. Not for gold, not for fame, not for power. She fought for her people. Her courage spread from one warrior to another, until there were no single enemy left. Amina fought battle after battle. She stood victorious. She defended her kingdom. She expanded it. She made her people safe again. Then she built great walls, strong walls to protect her people for generations to come.
Don tsoron wanda ke da iko ya tsaya da ƙarfi, iska tana busawa yau.
Even today, many people still speak of those great walls. Some even say, when the evening wind blows across them, you can almost hear, Amina, Amina, Amina.
Grandpa, was Amina the strongest person who ever lived?
Maybe not. There have always been people stronger, people taller, people faster. But strength alone does not make a legend. Amina became unforgettable because she never allowed fear to tell her who she could become. So remember this, my children. Never let anyone tell you what you cannot become. Do not listen when people laugh at your dreams. Today, they may laugh. Tomorrow, they may tell your story. Just as Amina's story, because greatness does not ask whether you are rich or poor, young or old, boy or girl. Greatness only asks one question. Will you be brave enough to begin? The fire is becoming sleepy. The stars are climbing higher. Soon, even the moon will begin to yawn. So, my children, it is time for us to go and rest. But before we leave, I want each of you to remember something. Heroes are not born wearing crowns. Legends are not born holding swords. They begin as ordinary people who choose again and again to do extraordinary things. So whenever you hear the name Amina, do not simply remember a queen. Remember the little girl who refused to give up on her dream. Now, go home safely, my children. Sleep well. Dream boldly. And may your hearts always be as fearless as Amina's.
Thank you, Grandpa.